Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avadon 3. Last episode, we basically were betrayed in a way. The crystal was rapidly discovered and the people here already knew about it, and tried to trap us in a cell. Fortunately, we managed to escape. Just before we were imprisoned again, some of our companions actually showed up to help us. So, thankfully, that happened. Okay, Kalita looks around to make sure the path is clear. Then she looks at you. Come on, Avadon raiders are attacking the fort from the front. We're supposed to secure this road. We need to search for traps or guards. In the distance, the shouts are joined by screams, explosions, and the clashing of metal on metal. The attack is in full force. I'm actually curious what it was down in this direction. Ah, just a blocked off gate. With a chest. Not going to use that. Ooh. What's in here? No, not gonna use them. I could, but not gonna. Alright, secure this road then? Sure. There is one man waiting for you in this grove. Or at least one man you can see. You try to move forward unseen, but he says, I know you are there, Gabriel. You instantly recognize the voice. It is Dheless. We need to talk, Hand. We have little time. Step forward. No harm will come to you. It's hard to trust him, but he's blocking the only path out. You walk forward. Alright then, Dheless, let us speak. It is finally time. Once again, you are face to face with Dheless. It's not like when you met him in the arena of the Warborn. There is nothing holding you back from him. Also, he is pale and his fists are clenched. He is only now realizing that all is lost. When you approach him, he stands up straight and gathers up the last few scraps of his dignity. So, Gabriel, I had heard you'd found me. I wasn't surprised. You are impressed by how casual he can act. He looks like he's about to collapse. We are about to have one final parley, aren't we? One final chat. I'm glad. There's a little I want to say before the end. Dheless, I arrest you in the name of Avadon. He looks up at the sky and takes a deep breath. It is lovely, is it not? Tawan air. He doesn't seem to have been paying attention to what you said. You get a good look at how pale he is. You'll do what you want, Hand, I'm sure of it. At the end of our final conversation. A final conversation? He ignores the question, instead taking another deep breath. His body is tense and his hands are still clenched, but his expression is peaceful. Fresh air. Forest. At least I appreciated them once. Not before now, always so distracted. This conversation has taken an unexpected turn. Wasn't there something you wanted to say? Dheless looks down at the ground, staring at the leaves and pine cones as if he's never seen them before. He's starting to tremble. Did I ever tell you that my story? It is... The pact is strong, but the Farlands are strong too. We could match you, but we are too spread out. Then one young nobleman thought, if the Farlands could be brought together, they could match you. It was only a problem of diplomacy, getting them all to work together. And that nobleman was you? Yes, I had the idea. I would bring the Farlands together, to fight you. So what did you do? I traveled. It took years just to be taken seriously, to find the right people to talk to. The true leaders of Cameria, the sea masters of Sporgold, to find ogres who would talk to me and not eat me afterwards. It was a vast, delicate conspiracy. My life's work. So Redbeard was right about you. Yes, I know he was mocked much. They thought he was an old paranoid for detecting my conspiracy, trying to fight it. He was right all along. Avadon. The problem was always Avadon. You forged the alliance? Yes, it was a miracle. I avoided rivals, assassins, hungry ogres, Avadon, always Avadon. Treaties were signed, the plan was made, and then finally, 3 years ago, we attacked. And then you lost. We lost. He bends over, picks up a rock, and looks at it. A mundane piece of stone, but it fascinates him. He is starting to look distinctly unwell. We might have won, you know. It came down to a few battles. We lost them. We didn't have to. It didn't have to be that way. The pact was confused, but it stayed together. It was forced to. Then I finally realized. What did you realize? Avadon was the real enemy. Always was. I don't know how the pact can live under it. It's fear, tyranny. It can destroy you at will, but it crushes weakness, kills dissenters, keeps you together. As long as Avadon stays intact and powerful, the pact lives. A nightmare, but united and strong. You really think Avadon is that important? Avadon is cruel, merciless, effective. Must. He almost collapses, but he manages to stay upright. Must end soon. I have final request. You have a final request? Yes. You have see the truth. True nature of Avadon. It's cruel. No mercy, sacrifices. Only wants own power. Crushes what Redbeard did to you. The tyranny must end. So Avadon must end. Stop Avadon, weaken it, crush it, or it will engulf all. What Redbeard did to me? Redbeard knew was a trap. Sent you to die in war-born lands. Sent you to die here. You were a game piece to them. Never more. I know what I want to do about Avadon. Good. Don't say. No time. Be just. All I ask. Enough talking. You need to come with me. Dheless smiles. One final time. He opens his clenched fists. A small empty bottle falls to the ground. We'll come. Yes. But as a corpse. Done all I can. Your turn now. Dheless? Dheless has the strength to look up at the sky one more time. He tries to say his final words, but all he manages is Tawan. And then the poison finally takes effect. Dheless, grand schemer, scourge of the pact, is finally dead. Oh dear. You cautiously approach Dheless's body, expecting another of his countless tricks. Nothing happens. You nudge the corpse with your toe. Nothing happens. Dheless is dead. You hear footsteps to the east. Someone is coming. They're very close. You prepare to defend yourself. Redbeard. A tall, powerful warrior enters the grove bearing a massive blade. 2 blade masters of the Kava follow behind him. Because it has been so long since you have seen him well, it takes a moment to recognize him. It's Redbeard, the keeper of Avadon, instead of leading from the rear, has led this dangerous assault in Tawan territory. Now he has stumbled upon this great victory. He looks down at the corpse of Dheless. Like you, he expected a trap. When he sees that all is as it seems, he readies his blade. Chop. Redbeard severs Dheless's head with one swift stroke. Then he takes his grisly trophy, wraps it in rags, and deposits it in his satchel. Good, he says with a grin. Long overdue. Then he looks at you. To business. His trophy secured, Redbeard looks at you. He isn't surprised that you survived. He, in turn, looks a little stronger than when you last saw him. A tiny amount of his health has returned. He's not trembling, and his hair even has tints of its original shade. Gabriel, good. You succeeded in your mission. Competent as always. I can still make use of you. I followed your orders the best I could. Redbeard is silent for a moment as he waits to see if you want to complain about anything. When he wisely remains silent, he nods. I could ask no more than that. I admit it, you deserve a rest. We all do. Sadly, one job remains. What? Redbeard listens to the battle taking place in the distance. It is almost over. The sounds of battle are fading. Every few seconds, the cries of one of the wounded abruptly ends. He nods approvingly. We must retake Avadon. Retake Avadon. Yes. With the death of Dheless and his conspirators, the war is over. Soon the Age of Chaos will end. It has been proven that I was right all along. My judgment is sound, and only I can do the best job of protecting the Pact. You are going to come to Avadon with me. We will take back our home. You want me with you. Yes, you and your assistants. You have proven yourself worthy. You have said many very foolish things to me, but you have turned out to be competent in action. You have proven yourself worthy. How can you ask for my help after what you have done? First, I didn't ask for your help, I demanded it. I am still your commander, and I will be as long as we both live. Second, I did what I thought best. You have no right to question. Never forget that. Never forget it. Just give me orders, I will follow them. I would have hoped for more enthusiasm, but you are tired. Follow. We will hurry back to Fort Forsyth. Meet me in my chambers there. We must get back to the Black Fortress before Protoss can prepare. Redbeard gives Dheless's body one last happy little kick. Then he turns and walks back the way he came. Level 29. Point in intelligence and I guess point in each of those. And naturally got a level up too. Point in dexterity, I suppose. Increases spell damage. Well, getting even closer to endgame. Alright then. Yes, I'm ready to leave. All we have is Fort Forsyth. You finally get back to Fort Forsyth. Your journey out of the Tawan Empire was far easier than the journey in. The enemy is in utter chaos. Their troops are withdrawing from the Pact. Nobody there knows what is going on. The Pact has not invaded yet. Your side is still trying to come to terms with the changes too. Fort Forsyth looks normal. No patrols, no enemy camps. The fort is far noisier though. You can hear the shouting and drunken kerosene coming from here. Redbeard brought back the good news ahead of you. So I see. Well, we'll step inside, I guess. Companions split off. Okay, Botan leveled up. A point in intelligence so that he has it. 2 points in blade training. And Selena, a point in endurance. That's all improved. Oh, she's actually at level 30. This is a final level. Well, I suppose... Huh, never thought of that. And I also have Searing Razor Disc and Lightning Javelin. A Lightning Javelin is actually something that would actually have use. But the rest of this, I don't think we need it. And they're not even here. When you enter the fort, all of the guards try to look professional again. They force themselves to walk steadily, as if you can't tell that several casks of wine have recently been opened. As soon as you leave, the soldiers will resume celebrating as if the war is finally over. Which it may well be. Meanwhile, Redbeard is waiting for you in his chambers. So I know. And I think my companions are all down there. Waiting for the final fight. Yeah, to end here, even though it's a decent spot to end, would make this too short an episode, so let's continue. At least a little longer. Hi, Leora. Dheless is finally dead. I'm returning to Avadon with Redbeard. Then this mad war between Protoss and Redbeard might end at last. I would wish you luck, but I'm not sure Redbeard deserves it. At this point, I have given up on justice. I would settle for peaceful silence. We will soon see. Anyway, down we go. I imagine nothing will happen with this crystal. The crystal is dark and covered with hairline cracks. All of its magic is gone, as I imagined would happen. My companions are in here, are they not? They are not. They must be down this way. Somewhere. You return to the Keeper's table. Again, he is staring at the maps in front of him. However, you soon realize that he isn't really looking at them. He is staring, lost. He doesn't even blink. You look at the guards trying to figure out what is going on. They don't meet your gaze. Redbeard sits there, catatonic. This must have been something from before we started. Keeper? words sound startlingly loud in the still chamber. Redbeard's eyelid twitches. He doesn't otherwise respond. What is wrong? Again, Redbeard doesn't respond. You all stand still and quiet for a long time. You need to speak with Redbeard, but you don't know how to avoid his anger. You wait. Your feet start to hurt. The keeper doesn't move. Wait patiently. You wait. 5 minutes. Then 10. Finally, Redbeard blinks. His hands tremble. He returns to awareness. He looks up at you as if nothing at all was amiss. You stand very still, knowing that Redbeard can grow furious in an instant when he's like this. What, Gabriel? What are you gawking at? Are you spying on me like a wretch? You have your orders, what else do you need? Well, I have returned to Fort Forsyth. Where will we go now? Redbeard grins, not in a kind way. Dheless is dead. Everyone at his meeting was destroyed. The alliance of the Farlands has been crushed, has been sundered. The age of chaos is done. You must do 2 things. First, talk to your companions. They are being brought in outside. Decide who you can trust to accompany you. Then, at last, we will return to Avadon. He is full of energy. He staged a remarkable recovery in the last few weeks. Dheless' forces knew I was a spy right away. It takes a moment for Redbeard to realize what you're talking about. What? Why are we discussing that? Yes, I knew you would be detected. I thought they would have you killed. It was a necessary sacrifice. But you lived. I am pleased. I consider the matter settled. Where are my companions? They will be in the hall just outside. Speak to them while I make my final preparations. We need to gather our strength. What should I do with my companions? Decide which of them will accompany us to Avadon. Only take those you think you can trust. Send the others away. I hope we can avoid fighting, but Protoss can be stubborn. What will we do when we return to Avadon? I will resume my post as Keeper. The law says that I am Keeper for life. I will claim what I am due. You are going to try to regain control of Avadon. Of course! You thought I would do any different? Protoss will submit and return to a lower rank. I say, if he doesn't submit, he will die. Are you sure you want to be Keeper again? Want? Want does not matter. I am the Keeper. It is my identity, and that is the end of it. I am Keeper until I die. Enough talk. Things are happening fast. Protoss will be confused. This is the exact moment to strike. Go, follow your orders. Very well. Let us talk to my companions. First, Khalida. Khalida is leaning against a pillar, dazed. Not because of her memory problems, because of what is happening. The age of chaos is almost over, Gabriel. It's hard to believe it. Now Redbeard is planning to return to Avadon, yes? That promises to be quite a show. I have been told that I don't have to return. Perhaps I can return to my regular duties as a hand. I could go home to the Kava, help them rebuild, bring the Stone Code back to all of our lands. I want you to return to Avadon with me. Khalida thinks about this. I didn't know what I would say if you asked. Until now. I'm sorry, Gabriel. I can't. I choose the Kava. You are a good servant of the Pact. I know you will do well. Yet I asked you for help and you refused. You and Redbeard. You will chase your destinies and I will chase mine. She shakes your hand. Goodbye. She walks to the west gate. A guard lets her out. She gives you a somber nod from the other side of the gates. Then she turns and leaves for her new life. Rudau stands in the middle of the hall, staring off into space. You'd expect him to be celebrating a little, but he only looks grief-stricken. When he sees that you are here, he says, I'm sorry, Gabriel. I am thinking of all I lost in the war. Friends, family, my brother. Now Redbeard wants our help, yes? Though he has not for one day been worthy of it. An oath can be a heavy burden. If I could, I would go home. We need to rebuild. We need to make peace with the rebels. I could do much good there. I'm going to Avadon. I want you at my side. But I have a choice. That is what I was told. I choose no. I swore to help Protoss, and I failed him. I can't go back there when both contestants for Keeper will question me. It would be suicide. I wish you luck, Gabriel. I must follow my own path now. If I had delivered my messages, it would be different, but... He looks around one more time. I will miss being part of such a noble company. Goodbye. He walks to the west gate. A guard lets him out. With a final sad look back, he turns and leaves for his new life. Hopeful at last. Botan is sitting in the shadows waiting for you. Redbeard summoned me. He is returning to Avadon. He wants allies. You are coming to see if I am suitable. Is this true? You nod. It is not what I would have chosen. War is ending and I am tired of it. I want to fight for peace. I want to go home and help them settle their differences with Galamdariel. I have influence and I want to use it. But I swore an oath. If Redbeard demands my service, I must give it. I want you to return to Avadon with me. Botan nods. It will end in blood. I sense it. Yet in Svar's Peninsula I learned there is hope. For peace, someday. If we must fight to bring it about, it is my duty. Yet, we return with Redbeard. He wants all of his power back. I don't know if I trust our keeper. I'm sorry, but it is true. Is he worthy of our support? Redbeard is too erratic to be trusted. We must watch him. Yes. We are hands. It is our duty to watch the keeper. If the keeper is weak or unwise, we must remove him. If you decide this is necessary, my blade is at your service. He turns and leaves to the east, heading for the portal to Avadon. A guard lets him through. Selena sits with her back to the pillar. She's doing what she always does when she's nervous. She has her tools out and she's tinkering with some little bit of machinery. She looks up at you and smiles. So, Gabriel, sounds like the war is over. I guess we won. Redbeard said we're free to go off and do what is best. Look for missions, fight with the Pact, regular hand stuff. I think that means I can finally go off and do research. I want to learn about the thinking constructs, understand how they work. Maybe even with Anvar's permission, make a few. That research sounds dangerous. Actually, I'm going to Avadon. I want you at my side. She puts away her tools and stands up. I suppose my work can wait. My research into the thinking construct. I thought the war was over. The war hasn't ended. We'll never be safe as long as Redbeard rules. It's true, isn't it? Redbeard seems so strong now, but you didn't see what he was like. When you were in Avadon getting his medicine, he was unhinged. The corruption is in him. This fills me with dread, yet I trust you, Gabriel, so... She turns and leads to the east, heading for the portal to Avadon. A guard lets her through. You find Nathalie in the far end of the hall. She paces around nervously, muttering to herself and rubbing her wounded arm. She's not pleased to see you. Ah, Gabriel, I was expecting you. I was set free. I can explore at last. Look for ways to help the Pact like a free hand. Even continue my studies. Master my craft. What I want more than anything. But you are here. You're going to suck me back in. Trap me in the Black Fortress again. I'm sure of it. Let your studies wait. I'm going to Avadon, and I want you at my side. She freezes, unsure what to do. Finally, she nods. I am unfinished. It is so hard to be below my potential. Yet the librarians of our peninsula helped. I have more power. I owe it to you to use it. Yet I don't feel ready. I could be so much more. Is this necessary? As long as Redbeard lives, he will never let you have true power. She thinks about this for a while, taking her time in making her decision. Finally, she says, What you are saying? Do you think we should unseat Redbeard? I don't know. I do believe you, though. The Keeper has always held me back. All right, Gabriel, I will trust you. Take me back to Avadon. If anyone can help me meet my potential, you can. She turns and leaves to the east, heading for the portal to Avadon. A guard lets her through. Oop. They were blocked. And Redbeard is left. Everyone is gone. Everyone is ready to go. Well, next episode, we will begin the Siege of Avadon. Another Siege of Avadon. Oh boy. The final endgame. This is almost over. That'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I am Chester44. That is Gabriel and everyone else in there. All those who will join us. Selena, Nathalie, and Botan. A pity our heaviest tank and our healer won't join us. That'll make this a bit tricky. This has been an Avadon 3 Let's Play. and I shall see you all next time.